There we go.
Right. So, I don't know if the Hangout probably can only hear me, probably can't hear what's going on, like, if I play a tune, so not bother, I'll do that later. Like, I was going to play the Aris Radio thingy.
Do we have a jingle?
But it doesn't matter. Yes, the jingle.
Oh, we can edit that in later, don't worry about it, just pretend we've done the jingle.
Right.
We're terribly professional.
So, welcome to Aris Radio, everyone. The Hangout thing is quite new, so we've not quite figured out how to do everything that way.
Hi YouTube. If it breaks, I did it.
For the YouTube thing, and I think I don't like it.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. I've got it under control. Probably.
The computer's going to crash.
No,
it's freaking out.
It's fine.
I can see the filter, the voice filter's going up and down, and it freezes, and it's just like, no, don't do it.
Just don't worry about it.
There's something really wrong.
All is well.
Yes, but I have to because I know it's gonna. I hate computers, man. Why? Why did it have to be tonight?
I mean, it's your show. You're the one that picked today. Don't blame me. In fact, we can blame Johnny Fox because he's a fox. So.
Yeah, and he's.
Yeah, and I work at Microsoft, so go ahead and blame me for already Windows 10 mode.
Actually,
we don't even use it there yet. We don't even use it there yet, so that tells you something.
See, I've not even got the notification yet. I've been sat there looking at it like, so when am I going to get Windows 10 now? Oh, just whenever you.
Well, here's the thing. I'll open the whole thing with this basically by saying that Windows 10, the good thing about it is, all right, well, what happened to me was I had a dual boot with Linux, which had, I think it was like Zorin OS or something on it. Well, when you install Linux, it installs a bootloader called Grub or Grub or something. It's Grub. Well, when you try to do the upgrade from 7 to 10 and have Grub, as your bootloader, it'll fuck up your whole hard drive. Like, it'll make it where, like, everything gets fucked up. Like, Grub gets corrupted, and then it's just a fucking headache. So finally, I had to reinstall 7 fresh, and luckily I had all my programs and stuff on a separate drive, so I didn't have to re-download shit. But I mean, I did that. Then the clean install to as long as you use like a master boot record, like a Windows MBR, you don't have a problem with it. But the thing is, once you get to 10, everything's smooth. Then the mic didn't work. But luckily, there's a way to roll back to 7, and it only took less than 5 minutes to roll back. So
that's nice.
Yeah, I did 10 on. I did 10 on my wife's laptop because she had 8 on it. And it was a disaster, and so it actually went pretty smooth once it. It took like all night to install, but once it was done, it seems to be working.
Yeah, it took forever to install install Windows 10 when I went from 10 to 7 to 10, but going from 10 to 7 only took less than 5 minutes because I have an SSD, but it worked.
See? So for the people that are on YouTube that don't know who we've got on this evening because we are terribly professional and totally didn't organise it last minute, some of you will know Johnny Fox. He's got his own channel. Is it Johnny Fox Rocks, the channel? I don't know.
Johnny Fox Reviews, but I mean, it'll come up. Johnny Fox Rocks, any of that shit will come up.
See? Just Johnny Fox. Find the man who looks like a fox. And we've also got Christine Allen on, who you may know, you may not know, is responsible for a lot of the stuff in Halo Reach, if I remember correctly, and most of Ghost Recon. And I'm going to say the good bits.
Yeah, I'm pretty important. So
missed out, man. That game was awesome.
No, well, I don't play Halo, right, which is probably going to get me crucified by anyone that's ever on an Xbox. But
Shadows of Mordor, Matt, the Lord of the Rings one.
Yeah.
That goddamn that game. The fighting bit where the guys get stronger every time they kill you, and they become your nemesis. It was always the guy with the crossbow. Like every other guy, I was beating the crap out of them, and I would beat them. But just before I would beat them, that guy would come in and go hello and shoot me with a crossbow. Just as I beat the other guy and trying to run away to get health, crossbow guy would get me. Oh man, I was so angry every time. That was good fun. That was like the best part of that game.
So who are we blaming for that, or are we blaming anyone for that?
No, it was really good fun because it got you really salty, and like every time you seen that guy, man, like if you were in a battle and he would turn up, you straight for it, like you red mist. That was it. He's going down.
Nice.
It'd be really good in like a game like Grand Theft Auto as well. Like if it was something like that in there as well, that'd be sweet. It's a good innovation. I like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to expand on it. I mean, it was really successful. It was hell development, but Monolith really brought it together and put out a good game. Unfortunately, 2 studios had to die to make that game, but it turned out good in the end.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Omelets, eggs, it's fine. Probably.
Monolith is the same one that did Blood, right? Or is that a different company altogether now?
I mean, it's the same studio. Yeah, they did. I'm pretty sure they did Blood, and then they did the original Fear and
Okay.
No One Lives Forever, and then they had some kind of mecha anime game too. I mean, a lot of the
like Armored Core or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I don't really remember. They've been around forever. Great crew. There's some of the original guys that are still there. I think the head of the studio now was like the lead engineer on Fear or something like that. But they after they got purchased from Warner Brothers, and then Warner bought Midway and then Snowblind, they were all kind of jammed together, and for a while the Monolith brand was going to go away, but the
computer just blue screened to death again, so the radio show's down. And I can't hear you guys anymore.
Luckily for you, YouTube is still going.
Oh, I'm going to have to try and fix this, so I'll be still here on the Hangout, but you just keep the show going on the YouTube until I get back.
I think
I didn't realize this, but Monolith actually did the Condemned series too. The first 2 games of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah, those are really damn good.
So what Mournblade normally does on the start of the show when it's working relatively well is to see what people have been playing lately. So what's everyone been playing?
For me, been Fallout Shelter, sucking up all my time until it started crashing.
I was literally just on Fallout Shelter.
See, I had that, but then I got rid of it after like 3 hours. I just got bored. It might be my attention span. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a fun. It's basically Farmville for hardcore gamers, or more hardcore gamers.
I would compare it more to Tiny Tower for hardcore gamers. Is a lot closer assessment to that. Like Tiny Tower with a hell of a lot more shit going on. Like that was like sort of like which was basically a Sim Tower for your phone, but.
See, that might be I don't know. It seems like one of those games that I don't have the attention span, the patience, or the inclination for. Anything that can be compared to a tower defense game is just out for me. I don't. But I have the attention span of a flea, so.
No, it's like not like tower defense. It's sort of like I guess you would call it like, sort of like The Sims in a way without all the. I don't know.
I see what you mean.
Literally Tiny Tower. That's exactly what it is, but it has Fallout elements, is pretty much. I mean,
it's worth checking out, and they did the free to play elements, like the pay elements are really done well. So if you want to spend money, you can, but if you don't have to. It doesn't have any of the shitty stuff like.
No, it doesn't.
There's no pay to win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is, but you could. I mean, I bought a bunch of stuff when they had a 75% weekend, and I threw it $20. I mean, I've gotten hours of play out of it, so I didn't feel. But I never felt pressured into spending any money in it. So.
No, that's a good thing. The amount of games these days, like Candy Crush and all that kind of bullshit, where you have to pump money into it just to get anywhere.
Yeah, my wife's, I don't know how much she spent on Hayville or whatever stupid phone game, and she's like, she's friends on it with the creative head of Ubisoft, and she's like, well, I need to buy more of this stuff so that I can compete with Serge, and I'm like, Serge owns 2 fucking Porsches. Stop trying to compete with him. like compete with poor people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. I have this. Well, not with people with Porsches, just people with cars in general. Please don't compete with people that can run a car. We don't have that kind of money. No. So I'll be honest, I'm not really up on the happenings for this week because it's the school holidays, and I've been forced into playing Yoshi's Woolly World for most of it. Because I got that for my kid because she wanted it because it had another pink yarn thing. So that's great fun, and I enjoy it immensely. And everyone should. No, it's all right. It's a good game, but it's designed for kids. I'm just sat there bored out of my mind with a pink Yoshi, just going, yeah, that's great, love. Yeah, just don't do it. What else? So yeah, but I don't know what's been happening. I know there's been some stuff going down around. What was it? The Jon Stewart leaving the Daily Show. That was weird.
I think that was a while ago.
His last.
I thought he already retired.
Yeah,
No, his last show was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I watched about half of it this morning. It's not really funny. It's just kind of sappy. They brought back all their past people, and I'll watch the other half tonight. So it was all right.
Yeah, I've been watching more of John Oliver's show last week tonight. So we actually get that in the UK, which helps. Because I can't even watch the Daily Show over here. Well, not in any legal capacity anyway. But yeah, John Oliver does a good job.
No, he's awesome. He does a weekly thing where he releases his kind of main political segment on YouTube, and I pretty much check it out every week because it's always he's got that really clever, makes it funny, but it's got the kind of biting criticism of especially American society, and I pretty much agree with most of what he says. So
let me pose the question to Mega Mike since he's from the UK, and I've been kind of wondering this all week since I've literally worked 100 hours in the last 14 days. I've worked 5 days straight, 10-hour shifts, sometimes longer. So I haven't had time to, ask you. But for you and whenever the hell Mournblade comes back, you'll be up for a while, I guess. Have you been following the Donald Trump thing at all?
Yes, I've made it intentional to follow what the Donald's been doing.
Do you think, is the UK, when y'all have an election come up for whatever it is, prime minister or something like that, is it ever like it is in America where it's literally two bowls of shit looking at each other in the fucking mirror, and that's all it is, just a really shitty reality show that everybody's watching thinking that something's going to happen worth the shit?
Kind of.
I don't think Trump said a damn thing good. Like, I don't think Hillary has either, but God, both of them are so damn stupid, it's like, well, good God, Anita Sarkeesian for president. Damn it! At least she could tell a narrative. It pissed me off. The other two is so stupid that it's just like it makes her look smart, and that's awful. How bad that is. Oh my God. Donald Trump makes me laugh though. He's such a fucking douchebag. He is an asshole.
But he doesn't care. That's the thing.
I know, and I love listening to that. But imagine if you went to the UN and like, you know what? Fuck all of y'all. I'm gonna go and conquer anything I want because I'm Donald Trump. I conquered New York, now the world.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. In the UK, we have it's a little different, right? So in the UK, we've got basically three posh boys trying to tell us that they're men of the people. So
yeah,
it's like okay, so do I vote from boy for eater number 1 in blue, boy for eater number 2 in red, boy for eater number 3 in yellow? They're literally just pretty much the same fucking guy for all intents and purposes. The only interesting politician we have is Boris Johnson, and that man is hilarious. If you've not seen anything he's done,
then we have the ones that are even shittier than Donald and Hillary combined. When you look at somebody like Rick Perry or Rick Santorum, somehow I guess everybody named Rick is a piece of shit, but that's what it looks like because both of them are those super far right wing, almost like Hitler level right wing, where they're just so far up their own ass nobody can decipher their shit, and they're the ones that literally both came out and they banned gay marriage is immoral and this bullshit, and just went on with it. And I think everybody's seen the Rick Perry commercial where it's like, I'm Rick Perry. I don't think it's a bad thing to have prayer in school and gays shouldn't be in the military and blah blah blah. Oh, his fucking promotional fucking video.
See, that's the thing. I mean,
That's not how you win the audience. That's like me going out and saying, I'm Johnny Fox, I'm from the South, and I hate black people. Vote for me.
yeah.
Jesus, I mean, I'm like, does he have a PR manager that actually pays attention to the shit he makes?
Oh, of course not. No one
It probably
does,
just comes out uncensored.
right? But no, 'cause like I went to a Catholic secondary school, right? So if someone would say to me, "Oh, I think we should have prayers in school for the kids that want it," yeah, okay, fine, I'm on board with that. The second you go, "Gay people shouldn't be in the army," I'm like, why? Why? What are we gonna do?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like on the one hand, I can see because they had that stupid rule, centuries ago about women not being in the army, just in case, some fucking happened, and then you wouldn't be concentrating on what you're supposed to be doing, and you would be concentrating on the person you fucking. I get that, and I get that's a little easier if the guy you fucking happens to be able to be in the fucking army. On the other hand, who gives a flying shit?
Well, the funny thing to me, having been in 3 different branches of service, are the people that actually thought that there weren't gay people in the military anyway. I mean, there's a reason that there's a term in the Navy that it's not gay if you're underway.
Mhm.
And yeah, so and I mean, in the Marine Corps, everybody just calls each other gay all the time. Everybody's just calling each other gay. It's just a consistent. All you're doing is making gay jokes about each other, and it's just like, yeah, it was never a thing that I remember. Like the only time I remember it being brought up ever, not in just joking ways, was when I enlisted, and they told me the don't ask, don't tell thing. But the cool thing about it that kind of sucks for gay people now is they don't have that excuse to be able to get out of the military if they want to. They can't just say, okay, I'm gay, I'm out later, which was a cool backdrop because it's not like you had to prove that you were gay. All you had to say was just say that you were gay and you could get out. And now you can't do that. So,
Yeah.
But it's like the people that think that there weren't atheists in the military. I mean, yeah, you had to pray, and I had to get, I'm an atheist, so I had to go get custom dog tags made because they wouldn't put atheist on my dog tags. But I don't know. People are stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, my dad had a theory, and he read somewhere, I can't remember where it was, that you don't meet an atheist in a foxhole. I suppose that's true to an extent, but there again, up until that point, you can be whatever the hell you want, but you're going to shit your pants either way, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, hell, if you're about to die, there's no negative to like. Okay, God, if you're there, fuck yeah, okay.
Just throw me something, anything.
Sorry, I was wrong. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Right. But that's the thing, to suggest that there aren't gay people and bisexual people and people that secretly want to be fucking dragons in the military is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's outlandish.
Just an off-point note, Mega Mike really sounds like Sargon of Akkad right now for some reason. Just like his voice sounds a lot like Sargon. I was not paying attention. I'm like, oh shit, they got Sargon. Oh shit, never mind. He sounds so much like him right now.
Well, my wife's British, and Sargon sounds just like my father-in-law, and I was trying to figure out because my wife's from the East Midlands, and you know how you can pinpoint people from their accent, and I really think he might be from the East Midlands area.
No, he's actually, as far as I understand, he's from Shropshire, which is a county, so makes life easier, so I'm not pinpointing them, but I think it's somewhere in Shropshire. The thing is, when you speak to British people, those of us that have what we call the telephone voice, receive pronunciation like you see on the TV, you wouldn't be able to tell where we're from. Once we've got the posh voice. Hang on.
We should be back on the radio now.
Apart from Mournblade, you can tell he's a homeless. I mean, Scottish.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
It's not, but...
He lives in a cardboard box. Yeah.
Don't. Look, just be quiet, you. None of this English-Scottish nonsense tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm already really annoyed.
Well,
a graphics card not working. I've got a laptop that's decided to stop working now too. So this is really good. This is bloody brilliant.
Well, it's not though, is it? But
no. Well, that was me being sarcastic, man. Like, I know.
Fucking anti-colonials, that's the problem.
That's not all of us, okay? It's just me.
Well, Well, it is Mournblade, you know, anti-colonial.
I'm not anti-colonial. I just don't like Americans.
It's just
That's
one
not-
colony. I don't think
Give up,
no,
Mournblade.
it's
I
like-
can go all night with
look,
this.
you can't, because I'll win, because just.
Do you
just
want me to go on a Verilo type rant and tell you all
look,
the citation
look,
of
that
everything
film,
you've ever done
that
in your life?
film, that film, Team America just explains why. That's why.
Are all
You want me
Americans
to
horny
start being like
puppets?
Verilo and start digging up
No,
shit about
well,
you and then putting it out of context?
No, it's just because you think you can fucking rule everything that pisses people off. That's it. That's
We
the
do.
only thing.
We
You're
do,
the world
and we're
police,
gonna
man.
keep doing it, damn it. The UK is
fucking-
next.
God damn it! You couldn't do us next because we made you, so you just get told to go fuck yourselves.
Well, y'all tried to take us back and we told you to go fuck yourself, so that's what happened.
Only with the help of
Come
France.
at me, bro. I can blow up your whole damn island with one bomb.
Only with the help of France, by the way.
Oh,
That is a good
God,
point.
right, okay.
France helped you and stopped our boats getting there.
Was that by
No.
complete surrender in the ways of blockade? Because
No, but they
I know,
basically
I could-
blockaded our ships, man.
Yeah,
They helped them and stuff.
But that's not the point here.
Why do you
So,
think they gave them the Statue of Liberty, man?
I assumed some American dude blew a French dude. But,
Pretty much. That's pretty much what they done.
But,
And then
so,
that's why they won.
the important thing though, what have been the happenings? I've not seen much because I was saying it's the school holidays.
Happenings of
So
what?
in Gamergate, in gaming in general, in Scotland, hell, let's just go. Do anything.
There's not I like keeping away from the drama in Gamergate because it gets retarded.
This is true.
It really does. But since everything's working and now it's not blue screen, and I know it's not because it's actually all the levels are working, going up and down, they're fine, there's no slowdown. Right, so it was a new driver that I put in. Right, so okay. Should have tested it.
So everyone's clear. The subtitle of the show is technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, driver problems.
Yeah.
But we're on and we're recording and we're going. So I have a question for the game dev because I want to know this. Now, do you guys, when you're making games and stuff, do you listen to the press previews type stuff that they say about, I don't know, let's take, why isn't there a woman in this game, like with the Assassin's Creed thing? Why can't you put a woman in it? Do you take that as a given that the gamers actually want that, or?
Well, actually, I have, between Ghost Recon 2 and GRA, so for GRA, we had to cut females, and the press didn't really bring it up. I mean, we had some feedback on the forums about it, because there's women that wanted to, be able to play multiplayer as females, and the press didn't really pick it up. But in GRA 2, when we added it back in, of course, we used it as PR, and had this whole girls versus the boys kind of PR thing, which was my wife's idea. Because she was the head of marketing on the multiplayer side. And but I would say in general, no. I mean, the main thing you want to listen to for previews and things like that, by the time you're doing previews of your game, you're not going to go back and change your main character. It's just that it's too late, for that kind of stuff. But I mean, I have had those discussions with publishers in the past of, around race and sex, and specifically with Ubi because it was talking to French sensibility, and we had a French guy that was black, and they were like, why is he black? And I'm like, I don't know why. Well, why can't he be black? And then they're like, well, okay, he can be black, but he has to be French Caribbean. I'm like, okay, and go try to find a English-speaking French Caribbean voice actor that doesn't sound like you're making a stereotype joke about them, And so we eventually just changed him to white because the VO that we recorded in English just sounded really bad and
Are we talking like 90s X-Men cartoon Gambit bad?
Yeah. I mean, it like the VO, like if you just listen to it, it sounded like a joke, like a bad stereotypical joke, and so we just changed him back to white French, and so yeah. So it's there's a discussion, I mean, in Ghost Recon, a lot of the feedback that we got was like, oh, it's not realistic to have women in the squad, and it's like, well, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
This is Tom Clancy, so it's not real life.
But the other thing is, like, for me as a gamer, I'm just like, look, if you have to spend so much time on like putting, say, a female character in or whatever, for diversity's sake, don't bother. Just make the game better. Just make it run better. Make it look better. Make it play better. But if you've already got that idea there and it's already coming through, then fine. But
yeah, I mean, on Reach,
I would rather have the game be good rather than be crap and have all these different characters in it, because then what's the point in playing
on Reach, it was just we never made.
At that point, then you got Chrono Cross.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's what makes sense for the game. Like Fallout, it's obvious, right? Like, it would be annoying if I couldn't play as a woman. Halo would be annoying if there was a female multiplayer characters, but there wasn't a female. You couldn't make your single player characters like I think that came out really, really well. And on Reach, there was a lot of argument and discussion about the female playable character from a technical side, because it was like, okay, in multiplayer, this doubles the amount of texture budget, and we got to have all those models loaded in all the time, and it was a concern from the engineering department. And but I was pretty adamant about wanting it in, because I didn't want to detract from the story to have that be distracting for female gamers that I wanted them to be able to do it. And so obviously I didn't get to make the final call. That was a production call, but I think it worked out really well. And I don't think I think Reach has some really strong female characters, and two. There was another one, but she got cut. But so did the white guy got cut too. So but I think it came out really well. Now, there was some criticism of Kat and her design, but I thought it was good. I thought she was badass until she got shot in the head.
Yeah. And there's another thing. Do you? Well, it's the same type of question but different. Do you take the Game Press reviews as a given, or do you wait until the gamers have actually had like a shot of your game and you get feedback from the actual gamers rather than the press? If you see what I'm saying.
You mean like to change things?
No, well, that as well, but as a review score, like, say, like, well, nowadays, as they do, if it's like the criticism Mordor, Shadows of Mordor got for the flower given bit. What was it? It's on about, oh, you learn how to kill by sneaking up to your wife and giving her flowers like you were going to assassinate her or something. Like that type of nonsense that they write. Do you guys take that as like a given and you think everyone is going to see it that way, or do you take like a broad range of like what actual gamers think is what I'm trying to get to? Do you go out and talk? I would rather you guys instead of just listening to them, because
for me personally, I spend more time. Obviously, you go out and read reviews, but reviews can have other motives, right? They can either be kissing up to a publisher, they can be, when something goes south, that they're like sharks in the water and they can get clicks by, going after whether it's, one of my games or, SimCity or something like that. They're generating ad revenue on their site by getting clicks. And so, they can get those clicks by being the first out or saying this is the best game ever, or, but you get, I think, more specific feedback from the community, from the people that are, going to your forums or, going to, Twitter or NeoGAF or wherever they're going, and
Well, not
because
now.
well, yeah, but especially because they're talking to each other, so you're getting different
Right.
feedback when they're talking to each other and you're
That's-
reading it than when
Right.
someone's talking to you or to the public.
Cool. That's good to know. Because I was worried that you took what the journalists were saying.
You've got to remember though, like a lot
more
of
on board
decisions are
than
not
you
made
should.
by the devs.
I
A lot of the
I
decisions
know,
can be made
but-
by publishers who do look at the reviews and go, "Oh shit, we've been savaged in the press. What do we
I
do?"
know, but-
And panic.
I know,
yeah.
but they're publishers.
Well, when
Everyone
you're-
knows
when you-
that.
Well, the thing I've always wondered is with the whole rise of the whole blasting games for not having women in them, and I've made this point stridently or vehemently on my show and all that, basically, trying to, and this is just for confirmation, when you're making a game, whether it be Ghost Recon, Halo, anything like that, when you think about making a main character, don't you look at the demographics of what that series already is? Like if it's 95% male that play Halo, 5% women, doesn't that, kind of determine if you're really going to have, like, focus on the male main character, since mostly men are playing it based on your demographics?
Yeah, I mean, the reason you want to cater to the demographics that you. So there's two things that you can do, right? You can cater to your demographic. So if I have to choose, a storied main character, I actually didn't want to have a main character in Ghost Recon. I liked the original Ghost Recon that just had a cast of characters, and I tried to maintain that more through in Ghost Recon 2. And then I thought it was dumb to focus on a single guy because. Kind of Rainbow was already doing that. Splinter Cell was already doing that, and I was like, do we need another, generic kind of dude being, the story focus? Where was I? But you sit down and look. But the other thing that you want to think about is whether you want to make some kind of statement in your game. And like one of the things that I was working on that eventually shipped in the form of a PSP game was when we were working on what became Future Soldier. Me and Jeff McGann, who was a other designer working with me, came up with this whole storyline that mimicked the Iraq War, where America was being tricked into invading Sri Lanka, and then the Ghosts discover this. They go in as the initial force and discover, and there was this whole storyline about this guy that wanted to be prime minister, so he was basically setting up, this genocide. And then the whole storyline was the Ghosts trying to stop America from getting into a war, and that's because I wanted to parrot my thoughts about how the Iraq War turned out, and so and I was just sick of writing rah USA, USA is great and let's go shoot these brown people storylines. And so it was just a twist, and that was me inserting kind of my political view into a video game. Now I wasn't pressured to do that, and it was just something I wanted to do. And in fact, it was something I kind of tried to keep under the radar, because with Clancy was, there's very specific rules about what you can do and what you can say, and all that kind of stuff. It always, if it was American bad actors, they always had to be like rogue generals. It couldn't be anything. You weren't supposed to be saying anything specifically bad about the United States. I mean, and even to the point when on GRA, like, if you go back and look at any of the marketing for Advanced Warfighter, there's a reason that I was in the forefront, even though the single player and the storyline was all written in France. Although some of it was written, I think, by Dansky in the U.S., but the whole Mexican thing was all written in France. But they were worried that Clancy fans would be pissed off that French people were working on the game. So,
right, yeah, we're going to cut the Google. Not the actual Hangout, but the live bit from YouTube. So anyone that's listening on the YouTube, please go to the website. It's edithradio.co.uk, because that's where we usually do our stuff. And the YouTube channel is just basically a wee promotion to get people coming to the site, because we can do our own stuff there and we don't get
told off
hassled.
by YouTube.
Yes.
Right. So I'll cut the
So we're going to cut
broadcast.
the broadcast from there, but we're still broadcasting from arifradio.co.uk.